Let's keep it honest, nobody really watches YouTube intros, so here are the rules of a hardcore Nuzlocke. Pause the video to read them, and if you don't know what Renegade Platinum is, then look it up, it'll take you 5 seconds. Let's skip to the reason you're really here. Starting the journey, I name myself Chimera and the rival RNG, and head out to Route 201 where we run into Professor Rowan. One testicle joke later, and I have a show I'm a Turtwig with a neutral nature, who then decides he hates Pokeballs, and the rival picks his usual fight. And I can't possibly... wait.
I lost. Wait a minute, I'm not supposed to lose. Let me see the script.
But seeing as how the Nuzlocke don't start till I get Pokeballs, I head into Rowan's lab, pick up a penguin that I named Scotland, who is apparently pretty bold. I then head home, pick up a German Eevee with a bad nature, who will later become an Umbreon. Lake Verity sees the introduction of an adamant Spanish Starly. Route 201 adds a naughty but simple Canadian Bidoof, while Route 202 sees the death of Lucas's Piplup, and the addition of an adamant Sentret from Thrain, because France is difficult to spell. Jubilife City sees the introduction of a couple of things, including a man who looks like he can only see his children on a weekend, a fight against a news reporter who is clearly sick of her job, which gives us Wales the Charmander, who doesn't have a good nature or levitate, while the local school has 2 children you can steal their TM for hidden power from, and an egg that I realise as I'm editing this I didn't bloody pick up. West of Jubilife, I grab some Old Dude's Rod and fish up a quiet Finnish fish on Route 218 with an Olympic swim speed. North of Jubilife is Ravaged Path, which grants me a water absorb Atlantean with the naughty side, while Route 204 has a quiet Weedle from Holland with the worst nature imaginable, but rapidly evolves into a Beedrill. East of Jubilife on Route 203 I encounter a Lotad that Beedrill outcalls with Poison Sting, which leads to the discovery that Beedrill has adaptability, and speaking of adaptability, Ogberg Gate has a Japanese Riolu with Steadfast that becomes adaptability that I am ecstatic about, while Ogberg proper has a Russian Beldum with the worst nature possible, but hey, it has Iron Fist when it evolves. Ogberg Mines does see a cataclysmic mistake on my part though. I haven't played Among Us in a long time. I think I've only played that game like... I spammed through it. It's okay, I probably won't need that Umbreon, and hey, Vaporeon has her uses. On the way out, I seduce a Mexican Aaron who was feeling pretty bashful, and at this point I level everyone to level 16, evolve Riolu into Lucario, and head into the first gym, without the TM for Brick Break because I forgot you have the bike this early. This will make the first gym a little harder, as it means I need to set up a sword stance in order for Lucario to clear the gym solo. The leading Nose Pass has T-Wave and Stealth Rock, so I have to hope that it goes for Stealth Rock's turn 1, however of course he goes for T-Wave, and then, like an asshole, sets up Stealth Rocks on me anyway, before going down to Force Palm. This brings in Geodude, who lands an easy Bulldoze, and I get full parried, because why not at this point? So I switch it to Scotland, but Geodude goes for T-Punch, and crits. I have no idea why he went for this at this point, as T-Punch was not a confirmed kill, and Bulldoze was, but I guess he knew he'd crit. Rest in peace, Scotland. I bring in England for free, and in hindsight I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place and pick up an easy revenge kill with a crit that didn't really matter. Onyx comes in next, who also goes down to Bullet Seed after a triple hit, and Larvitar is next. Knowing it's going to protect turn 1, I set up a curse as I have shell armor and cannot be crit. Larvitar then attempts to double protect, fails, and goes down easily, to which I'm glad he didn't Fire Punch, as this lets me comfortably stay in on Credidos for an easy kill, and also Bonsly, who goes down last for an easy first gym badge with only 1 death. After burying my northern brethren, Wales evolves into a charred melon, Russia is preparing for trouble by making it double, England gets a little bit uglier, while Atlantis gets a little bit cuter. Backtracking through Ogberg Gate, I remember how to ride a bike, pick up the TM for Brick Break, and in Jubilife City, I find Professor Rowan laying the literacy equivalent of a beatdown on 2 child criminals, before taking a step back, asking 2 more children to deal with the consequences of his actions. Wales sets him on fire though, so we're all good. I then head back up Route 204, get hit on by a teacher, which is, I'm sure, a dream or fantasy I've had at some point before. At this point, I enter Floroma Town, I pick up Jamasea the Chikorita with Serene Grace. She instantly becomes a Bayleaf, which is still one of the cooler Pokemon designs to date. I then find Team Galactic up to no good in the neighbourhood, set them on fire, yet again, before licking a honey tree and finding a garbage nature, but poison heal Shroomish. Breaking into the Weather Institute, sorry, I mean the Valley Windworks, it's totally a different place I swear, I found the less attractive Team Galactic commander, Mars, and her overfed kitten. Leading with Russia, as Zubat can't touch me, I tank an easy wing attack before Okung was then headbutt. Herugly is next, which means it's off to Japan on a fake out, Hypnosis then misses and Lucario breaks that kitten in 2. God, I wish that were me. Yanma is up next, so it's off to Wales on a Sonic Boom before a quick 2-hit KO with Ember. Low health means I have to go back to Japan when Bronzor comes in last, who falls asleep, then wakes up due to an earlier given Chesto Berry, before Japan picks up her second kill of the fight, Deathless Mars. Heading up through Route 205, I forget to repel, and end up with a worthless Hoppip, and to turn a Forest has a fight against Cheryl, who has a fantastic taste in hairstyle. Wales sets fire to the child-stealing balloon, Wales flees from a whale, England comes in on a resisted water pulse before executing a bullet seed. Next up is a Pokemon that hasn't realised it's trans yet and apparently has Ice Beam, but I easily live it and of course I get frozen. But then insta-unfreeze and fire back with bullet seed. Since I lose this matchup, I switch to Japan on the resisted Ice Beam. But yeah, Ice Beam freezes twice in a row, and that's about accurate for my Pokemon experience. Thankfully, Japan thaws out after 2 turns and she cracks that egg in 2. The final one is Makuhita, but Beedrill quad resists and kills with Bug Bite for an easy cleanup and win. Cheryl then abandons me, further cementing my mommy issues, and I find an Incada, which I do not accidentally kill. Eterna City, RNG shows up, leaves, and I hope I never see him again. A blonde lady then stops me in the street, asks you to subscribe to the channel. I don't know what that means, but it sounded important, so you should probably oblige. At this point, we get a couple of encounters. Route 216 has Greenland the Smoochum with a terrible nature. Route 211 has India the Serious Meditite with pure power. And the bold Hoppip I didn't want from Route 205. I also got a Feebas from Mount Corridor, which I forgot to show here. Renegade Platinum has an annoying fetch quest for the second gym because Gardenia, like Rourke, doesn't know how to do her fucking job, which means I have to trek back out to Route 216, pick her ass up. Though the journey there and back was uneventful before Beedrill swooped through the entire gym and I am back at Gardenia. It's at this point that Beedrill's negative speed nature will work against me. However, leading with Holland, she kills Blossom before she even knows what's happening, and in comes Rosary, the scariest one on her team. Not wanting to risk a crit extrasensory that I should have risked, I switch to Batang and take basically nothing, then take a follow-up Magic Leaf, which does a fair bit. Russia lands a Zen Headbutt, which just misses out on the kill. This time I decide to go for Iron Head, not wanting to risk a miss, and I instead miss out on the kill, thanks to my timid nature. I then foolishly go for Bullet Punch, not realising the gym leader's heal in this ROM hack, leave me in an extremely bad situation. Trying to salvage it, I switch into Whale and take way too much damage, then die to a follow-up Sludge, so rest in peace Wales. This means I'm back to square one and have to risk the Beedrill quit, and thankfully it doesn't crit. Only for my heart to shatter when I flinch. Since I need Beedrill, I swap into Russia to sack my Matang, who dies after a quick leafing. Rest in peace, Russia. I don't really know why Spain is here, but she dies and won't be missed. Japan is next, who tanks a Dazzling Gleam, lands a Brick Break, soaks an extra sensory, and finishes with Bone Rush. Why I risked a missed here, I will never know. Breloom comes in next, so I swap into Grotto, who I guess dies instantly. I don't know why I didn't just swap into Beedrill, but I'm questioning a lot of my decisions as I'm writing this. Speaking of Holland, she comes in next, executes Breloom, executes Tangela, then drops Cherrim to Sash. After it sets up a sunny day. This leads to Gardenia throwing the match by healing, letting Holland pick up kills on Cherrim and Grotto, granting me my second Renegade Platinum Gym badge. Rest in peace Russia, Wales, Spain and England. Wait, I live in England. Trying to build a new team, I head back to Valia Windworks, pick up an Apom called Madagascar that I missed. This spawned a whole rant about more and actually just checking out the related short because it's an experience. Back to Return to City, I challenged a seemingly innocuous grunt to a battle, and let's see how that went. What is this thing gonna do to me? This thing is poison bug, right? This thing's the same as me, poison bug, right? Oh, that's scary. Please hit, please hit, please hit. Please kill, please kill. Guys, we have what one might call a situation here. I outspeed! Oh! That's why I take Rock Tomb, baby! Dude, if I had swapped out for Rock Slide, I'd have lost fucking Mexico there. Yeah, imagine if I had my run ended by being swept by a level 24 Ariados. That would have been embarrassing. Heading up the Galactic HQ building are a bunch of grunts of no threat, so there's no reason to So long, Canadia. Top of the Galactic HQ has the hottest of commanders, Jupiter. Did they give her a Scud tank because Jupiter is a gas planet? Leading with Jinx, she outspeeds the opposing lead and all-calls the goal back with Ice Beam before switching into itemless Netherland on the stabilized incoming knockoff. Breloom then does Breloom things, Spore, Seed Bomb, they wake up, Spore again, flee to Mexico, kill with 3 Ironheads, bop bop bop. Tangela is third, which means it's into Jinx. I get crit, but it's fine since I outspeed Oracle with Ice Beam. Finally is the scary Skuntank, so it's off to Japan on Poison Jab. It sets up a Focus Energy, which is hella scary, but after 4 Bone Rushes and a Brick Break, Japan comes out on top, Deathless Jupiter. My reward for Jupiter is the sole remaining Grand Duchy, Luxembourg the Porygon. It's timid with download, but I quickly learned that Eviolite was a Generation 5 item, which puts a damper on my enthusiasm. I then backtrack to the old chateau to pick up a Serbian Rotom, which I shove into a microwave to replace my dead Welsh Dragon. On the way, I find this cool Metal Gear Solid reference, which I enjoyed a lot. Back in Turner City, I discovered that the blonde lady is part reptile when she hands me one of her eggs. It's unchanged though and hatched into a timid Chilean Togepi. I then take a dive into Wayward Cave onto Cycling Road for the guaranteed Gabite encounter, but after it wakes up from Spore turn 1 twice over and starts Dragon Raging all of my team, I sadly have to put her down. Exiting Wayward Cave, I pick up a Stunky under Cycling Road that I lost the footage for, and a trip to the museum sees the addition of an Egyptian Anorith with Swift Swim and a Quiet Nature, making this the single worst thing in existence. I then accidentally run into a trainer on Route 207 and this happens. I'm so fucking stupid. Oh, don't kill me. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. She's fine, I'm fine, we're all fine. Heading back to Wayward Cave, I am forced to fight Mira, who only has 4 Mons, and I am feeling pretty confident about, though I really wish I had that Umbreon. To lead, Honnen cuts down her Togetic with Lethal Poison, which brings in Kadabra, so I switch to Walmart Umbreon on the incoming side beam. It then goes for Dazzling Gleam, which I easily live and didn't make me sweat at all, before Italy cuts the nerd down to size. The Duck is next, so it's off to Serbia, who rolls the +1 from Charge Beam, causing extreme concern. Serbia then misses Overheat because of course I fucking do, and the Duck gets off a +1 stab tri-attack, which crits, just my goddamn luck. In comes Netherland, who doesn't outspeed but can easily tank a tri-attack before putting the Duck to sleep. Then hitting it with a Drain Punch, I then follow up with a Mach Punch but once again get healed on because I didn't know she had potions, only for her to then switch into Haunter and I have nothing to switch into. But it's okay because I have a Shadow Ball so I can just oh. Another crit, how convenient for you, Mira. Atlantis comes in for 3 and falls asleep because of course she hits Hypnosis. She then starts setting up double teams, a 1, 2, 3. Onto then Curses for some insane reason. Atlantis wakes up, gets up a yawn, and I switch into Japan on a Shadow Ball. Onto falls asleep, I miss Crunch twice. Onto wakes up, I die, rest in peace, Japan. In comes Atlantis, she eats a Shadow Ball and gets a special defense drop, but gets off the yawn before being sacked to another Shadow Ball. In comes the carry that is Holland, landing 2 X-Scissors in a row through triple double team. If only Japan was this fucking useful, before performing the Brick Break Beedrill finisher on a sleeping Duck. I lost 4 of my 6 Mons in a fight I was confident in, but I think I took it pretty well. Did Mira make me? Yes, Mira! You just killed 4 of my fucking Pokemon, you fucking whore! Oh my god. Mira, I hope you fall in a hole and then I will pull out a gun and I will fucking shoot you 17 fucking times. They will mistake your corpse for 2 packs with how many fucking holes I'm gonna put in you, you fucking bitch. Humble. Building a new family after burying my previous one, I head back to Mira and escort her deeper into the cave system. Here, I find a magic rock and finally evolve Germany into the best evolution, Umbreon. Using my newfound Umbreon, I murder Mira and leave her for dead. Then I head outside to fight Lucas on Route 207, and Lucas, like Mira, only has 4 Pokemon, but since I just lost all of my best ones, I'm currently pretty nervous. Leading with Jamesia, the recently evolved Meganium, I set up a Reflect, then a light screen with a held light clay on the opposing Piloswine, who cannot get through my natural bulk, before I execute him with Energy Ball. One then comes in on a Play Rough, I'm not sure why it went for that, but I'll take it, and then Granbull goes down to a cross poison crit that didn't matter in the slightest. The Abomination that is Licky Licky is third, and a Brick Break does a surprisingly little amount of damage. For my Winged Bug gets hit by a ground move because Game Freak logic, so it's into Jamesia, who through a combination of Energy Balls and Draining Kisses eventually puts down the monstrosity. Next up is Prinplup, so it's off to Mexico on an apparent Brick Break. Good to know the AI will prioritise breaking screens, I guess. This means I'm off to Greenland with an easy kill with the Jigger Drain, and I feel a little bit better about myself after a deathless Lucas. Route 208 beyond Lucas has Cynthia the Curlier, who I instantly evolved to Gardevoir. She's neutral with the worst ability possible, since Trace is one of my favourite abilities, but she's one of my favourite mons and will be massive in the 4th gym. However, since the next fight is A1, it's to the box with her for now. At this point, I need to do some team building. However, my box is looking pretty goddamn sparse, and Bug, surprisingly, hits a lot of my mons super effectively. I also lost most of my fire and flying types, so we're in a lot of trouble. I really do not have an answer for Drapion or Scizor, and we'll just have to wing it at best. So I head to Heart Home Gate, run into A1 of the Elite Four, and